Kakavasha, also known as Aventurine, a character who never in my life thought would come a day when I shed a tear for. But here we are with 2.1 main story, and it made me shed a tear for him multiple times. Today we are going to talk about him and what happened to him at the very end of the story of 2.1, and I would love to hear your opinion about it in the comments section below. Now before we start, don't forget to subscribe, like and share to support the channel, and without any further ado, let's just get started. So first of all, in version 2.0, we got our first look at Kakavasha or Aventurine, and it seemed like he was a person who doesn't care about anything other than his business, and he felt like a potential villain for the Penacony story. The way he interacted with us and the fact that he made a deal with Black Swan to take us to him, and then him showing us basically Robin being killed and saying that the murderer was Acheron, everything about him seemed like a potential villain for the story. And as part of the IPC, that also added up to the fact that he seemed like the villain. His goal maybe was to take back Penacony from the family to the IPC, because since the day the family took over Penacony, the IPC's ultimate goal was to take back Penacony from them. So maybe he was there to take back Penacony from the family and give it back to the IPC. And while yes, it seems like that was actually a part of his goal, his ultimate goal wasn't exactly that. That was just a sub-goal. His ultimate goal was something way more complex than that. He did actually achieve his first sub-goal, which was giving the opportunity to the IPC to take back Penacony, and that was by taking the Jade Stone to the family's territory, and he did that perfectly. He did it without any of the family members being suspicious of that. So he did achieve his first sub-goal, which was doing what Jade told him to do, which was basically putting the Jade Stone into the family territory. Now we don't know what exactly they are going to do with that, but he did actually achieve his goal there. Now what was his ultimate goal? His ultimate goal was to prove that there was no actual death in the dreamscape, and to go beyond the barriers that the family set, so that he can see what they are hiding behind these barriers. Because if he can find something there that is going to destroy the family, then now he achieved his final goal, which is basically first showing that there is no death in the dreamscape, and two, the family is just hiding stuff from people behind barriers, and by that he is going to destroy the credibility of the family, ultimately achieving the ultimate goal of the IPC, which is taking back Penacony from the family. So this was his goal. Now what happened to him at the very end of the story? Well, we saw that he was trying his best to get Acheron to attack him, to kill him, and that was for a reason. He knew that Acheron was strong enough to cut that barrier which the family set, where if you are stressed enough, the family made, actually, you could say that they programmed the dreamscape to wake you up from the dream in case you are stressed enough and there is any dangers around you. So once something dangerous happens to you, you will be waken up immediately. However, is if that danger was strong enough, it could kill you. But that death isn't a real death, and this is what Aventurine knew. So he wanted someone who is strong enough to kill him, so either the meme or Acheron, and he picked Acheron. So he told her to attack him. he literally called her twice and maybe even 3 times during the animation, the final animation where she hits him. He told her, "Eminator, you will be able to match my wager." So it was clear that he wanted her specifically to attack him and kill him. He knew that she would be strong enough to cut that barrier and get him to the other side where the family is hiding their stuff. And therefore we see him basically after that attack waking up in a place where there is only a black hole, which is most likely a representation of IX, who is the Ion of Nihility, and a sea. There he remembers some stuff from his past as well, and then he meets with Acheron. Acheron tells him that she knew what his plan was from the beginning, and that's why she actually attacked him. She said that he uttered the word Eminator multiple times just so that he can get on her nerves and make her attack him, and she did attack him, and she also removed even the Harmony's curse that Sunday put on him, and that basically set him free from that as well. So she did give him the opportunity to do what he wanted, and she did actually say that he won the wager, because his wager was on making Acheron attacking him and killing him, and he did actually succeed at that. So now he is in the other place where he wanted to be. Now he has a very interesting thing that he needs to do, which is what he went on to do at the very end, where we see him moving towards that black hole. He isn't actually moving towards the black hole because he is going to die. No, he isn't going to die. We already established the fact that there is no real death in the dreamscape. There is the normal death, where if you come close to death, the family is going to wake you up from your dream. And then there is the other death, which is what Aventurine wanted to go through. He is going to go to the black hole because there he will be able to find the barriers that the family has, and he will be able to go behind them and see what the family is trying to hide. Now, whether he is going to succeed at doing that or not, that is a different story, but if someone like Robin was able to do so and was able to basically go behind the barriers that the family set and see what happened there and what they are hiding there, then I think that Aventurine is going to definitely be able to do so as well, because we already know Aventurine confirmed, and Acheron also kind of confirmed, that Robin did actually succeed at achieving this type of death and go behind the barriers that the family set, and she saw what is there. However, she is too afraid to actually talk about it and say what she saw, and that's why Sparkle is calling her a mute. She isn't a mute because she can't sing or she can't talk. She is a mute because she doesn't dare to say what she saw behind these barriers. So that's why I think that Aventurine is going to ultimately also succeed at reaching there. However, is he going to be able to come back or not? That is a different story, because when it comes to Robin, I think that the family doesn't want to kill her. Instead, they are going to put her in a cage where they are going to control her, and they are going to take advantage of the fact that she is a known person and people would come from all around the universes to basically listen to her singing. So they really don't want to kill someone as important as her, because she is bringing more and more people to the dreamscape, which is ultimately what they want. However, in the case of Aventurine, that is a completely different case there. Aventurine isn't someone that they care about. Aventurine is from the IPC, their ultimate opponent that they want to get rid of. So they are most likely going to do something against him. Whether they are going to succeed at doing that or not, that is a different story, but we will see what they are going to do. Anyways, if you think that Aventurine is dead, he isn't dead. He is far from dead, because he even actually confirms to Kakavasha, the small kid that was basically his past, he confirms to him that he isn't going to where his papa, his mama and his sister are, but instead he is going to prepare to go there, and by that he confirmed that he isn't going to die. Instead he is going to do what he wanted to do and basically succeed at that. So you can see that Aventurine's plan, while it was crazy, it ended up actually succeeding, and he won yet another wager. He always wins. He always wins. He has never failed once at basically winning his wager, and this was another one. So he did ultimately succeed at what he wanted, and even Jade and Topaz also confirmed that he did actually ultimately achieve what he wanted, and he did what he said he is going to do as well, which is putting the Jade stone into the family territory. So you can see that our boy Aventurine, while he seemed to be actually going down and might die, he ended up going up and beyond, and he won yet another wager. I would love to hear your opinion about him and what happened to him in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share to support the channel, and until next time, see you as always in the next video.
The light of the Aventurine Stone has disappeared. This only represents one outcome.
He kept his promise and got what he wanted.